see a live audience. I was going to run away. But I'm really happy to be here today. I have to give you a little bit of a flashback since I'm a film girl, which is that, I'm really lucky. I grew up with this incredible grandmother and mother and this lovely family who obviously did really amazing things, because of whom I inherited amazing relationships. And as a little girl, I would go to Hyderabad for my summer holidays, and Mishka and all were in a bigger class and doing serious things, well, not quite, also talking about boys a lot. And it was very exciting for me. So I always wanted to hang with them, and I wanted to hang in Bubuni Masi's house, because Bubuni Masi gave me lovely, yummy khana, a lot of love, told me lots of stories, and there were lots and lots of dogs and cats in that house. And a lot of the stories in Joy Mamu's book, I also inherited Joy Mamu thanks to thanks to these lovely people. So I inherited a Mamu, and a lot of the stories in Joy Mamu's book, I've heard from Bubuni Masi because I would go running off to her because she was such a good storyteller, like my grandmother and mother, and I would say, "Tell me a story," and she would tell me stories from this home that we saw this beautiful film about, and from their lives and from their childhood, and about various uncles and aunts, and it was all so mesmerizing. And I have repeated those stories too. I don't know if the details of those stories are correct, but now I can correct them because I have this book. And I have to say that I enjoyed reading it so much. I read a little bit today because it's literally how Joy Mamu talks. And it makes it so much fun. And so many of the stories are familiar to me, including Trikal, which was filmed in my Bua's house. In Goa, Mario Miranda's house. So I kind of I of course wasn't around them, but these are all things that I kind of have some kind of connection to, so I really enjoyed it so much, Joy Mamu. I hope lots of people read it and enjoy it.
Thank you, Aditi. So Tara will come up now and present a bouquet to Aditi.
I have to also tell you that Joy Mamu has said a number of pleases and thank yous to me, and I told him 1,000 times that he doesn't have to. And now this. I'm really embarrassed, but thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Aditi, for being here with us.
This is bigger than I am.
And the rest, I hope I befriend by the end of this evening. And so should we shoot? So earlier when we used to open the Times of India, you would read R.K. Lakshman. So now when we open Facebook, we read Joy. He really makes our day, we get up with a smile. And a lot of us need that because life is relentless. So we need to smile. Thank you. So, are you going to just say thank you, or are we going to have a bit of Correct me if I am wrong. I think there's a lot of PG Udavsan influence on me. Yes, right? There is. And what else do you read?
I have stopped reading for the last 10 years. I said I stopped reading for the last 10 years. So all my memories of actually childhood reading. I'm growing up in Enid Blyton, Agatha Christie. Nothing ever very serious. I never read. I worked my way through one Russian novel and I vowed I'd never read that. My father was mad about Russia and Russians, so I felt duty bound to make an effort. The only non-fiction book I remember reading was a book called The Rao Expeditions by Rao Hydari. And it was fascinating, but my exams were coming up and I knew that I should. So I kept the book in the loop and I read one chapter a day and I finished it and my exam started, but I'll never forget that book. It was absolutely amazing. But I won't go into the description of it, but anyway, yeah.
So I am not reading either nowadays.
Sorry?
Not reading anymore. So unless you read, you can't write.
I read my own posts.
Yes.
And I check how many likes there are. And I have to confess, I hardly ever read anyone else's posts. So they're very offended most of the time. But I've written it on Facebook. I said, oh yeah. Too embarrassing.
So I told you I'm not reading anymore, and unless you read, you can't write, but I've been managing quite well. The other thing is, writers should be read, not seen or heard.
Oh my goodness, should I go up the stage?
No, I'm not. So in Hindi there's a phrase, दिल के टुकड़े हुए हजार, कोई यहाँ गिरा, कोई वहाँ गिरा. So I feel that way about your writing, you know. I feel as if you split yourself into these different essays, vignettes, whatever you like to call them.
Split?
Yes, like if I put them all together, I'll get to know who Joy is.
Would anyone take so much trouble?
Anybody out here who's taking the trouble to know Joy? Only 4 hands, come on.
So don't force them to do so. Please. So don't do that.
So from what I've gathered, and this is simplifying it, it's family, friends, food and films.
Family, food, friends and food. What about my sarees? Sure. Well, I do. The problem with me is I only do what I like, and that makes sometimes life difficult because you have to do many things you don't like. So, yeah, life is tough.
But do you smile as much as you make others smile?
I'm smiling, no? I'm smiling.
Asha? Okay.
Ask me something else.
The mic is on.
What about?
You can hear both of them.
I'm supposed to hear both of us. He said he's forgotten what he was going to ask, so I said, ask me something else.
Silent whisper.
Silent whisper.
Yeah. After reading what you've written, I feel I've re-met myself. Yeah, because so much is common. I read you laugh at funerals sometimes. So do I. And I'll tell you, I'll give you one incident why I laughed. I'd gone for this funeral, and when I was going there to pay my respects, the wife told the husband, stop crying these crocodile tears.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. And I just couldn't, so I had to stuff my mouth with a kerchief. And the other thing I feel similar was you saying that your teacher and your cousin introduced you to the love for books.
Yes, absolutely.
So I had a teacher also, Mrs. Rao, who led me by my hand and took me to the library. And she said, this is very good.
The teacher didn't give me my love for books. She taught me how to read.
Yeah.
And my first line was the Jap. Boy. So it's wonderful. I said I'm a Bandra boy, so it's wonderful. And it's wonderful to have Aditi here.
Aditi, tell us about your experience with the Bandra boy and the book.
So like I was saying earlier, I think because of my family and my grandmother and mother and the lives they have lived and the wonderful things they have done, I've inherited some lovely relationships. And one such is, I've inherited a Mamu, Joy Mamu. And I'm here of course because it's Joy Mamu, but I'm also here because I really enjoyed reading this. I've heard so many stories in my childhood about their home, about the things that happened to various aunts and uncles and to Joy Mamu and to his sisters. And of course the legacy of Bimal Roy and the family and the films. And it's just such an exciting and interesting world. And Ramblings of a Bandra Boy actually takes you into that world. There are little stories from various people's lives and all tie in to him. And I think that's what makes it really exciting because it's also how he speaks. And I think that's what's most fun about it, because it's not difficult to read. It's a lot of fun. It's like somebody's telling you a story about something that happened. And it's very real, and maybe it's because of his movie background, but when you read it, you can literally see it. It seems like you're watching a little episode, from a show. It's a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
Anything else you'd like to add?
She said a lot already.
Yeah, I actually did think
She said a lot. I think that's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Samina?
Glance back, congratulations.